Gabu waaw maa laa dégg waaw ma jëla kan allo na xaar intercom mi dafa dem Gabu
hello mic check.
waaw so dafa bëgg a dégg.
boy sa intercom bi dem na de no dem na de ah still Jesus rek okay tell yes waaw asa dema trial ñu seet Hello, good evening from wherever you might be catching our signals from on QTV, Star TV, iAfrica TV, and on the Fatu Network. We welcome you to this special broadcast brought to you courtesy of the NRA and partners. I am Ansumana Esonyasi, and this evening I am with some very familiar faces. As you may be aware, there is an ongoing road safety campaign, but I would allow them to introduce themselves, after which we would proceed with some very interesting discussions here, and hopefully later in the program we would also give you an opportunity to be part of the conversation by way of phone calls. So I have to my immediate right Mr. Usman Sanyang, who is the Managing Director of the National Roads Authority. Mr. Sanyang, we welcome you back on this platform again, and thank you for being with us this evening.
Thank you, Ansumana. Happy to be here, and thank you very much for having us.
Thank you, Mr. Sanyang. And to my immediate left is also another very familiar face who is ever present and very passionate when it comes to issues around road safety. Mr. Mamadou Gassama, who is in charge of health promotions at the WHO office here in the Gambia. Mr. Gassama, we're very happy to have you on this platform.
Thank you very much, Ansumana. I'm also very happy to be part of this program.
Great. And to my far right is Mr. Omar Sise, the President of the General Transport Union of the Gambia. Mr. Sise, thank you for being with us.
Thank you. So it's a pleasure to be here.
Great. And then to the main man, they call him the main man, Commissioner Lamin Kinkoli of the Mobile Traffic Unit. We're very happy to have you with us this evening, sir.
Thank you very much.
Great. Yeah. So I would start with Mr. Sanyang. Let's start with the campaign itself. Why are we having this campaign, and how important is it for us to have these conversations?
Thank you very much, Ansumana. This campaign is, I think we adopted it at the moment, Arrive Safe. That's the name of the campaign. So
I like that.
Arrive safe at your destination.
Right.
This campaign was launched almost, a month and a half ago, end of May. Okay. It was launched, but when it was launched, it took a bit of time to get to where we are today, because it involves a lot of work in advance to where we are today. It's mainly about road safety, education, and awareness. And this is targeted specifically at the moment to Bat-el Harding Highway. The reason for this is that Bat-el Harding is a new piece of infrastructure, which is really a first of its kind in this country. It's got a dual carriageway, and it's got 6 lanes, 3 lanes in each direction. The road is still under construction, as I always say. People tend to forget that. We are still constructing the road. But we've left it, we've opened it to make it easier for people to communicate and travel safely. Okay. While that is happening, we realize there has been a lot of accidents on this road. And really, most of these accidents are preventable. They are accidents caused by people themselves. And we realize most of the time also, they really lack an understanding of how you use this road. And we thought it's timely. We educate them, we reach out to them. And this is the very reason why we are here today. And this campaign has started. They might have seen some few adverts on TV, which is the lane use and the use of the roundabout itself. But as part of this campaign, there will be more short videos of this nature coming, targeting specific problems on this road that we observed. And we'll be reaching out to the communities as well. This is just the start on the media platforms. But when we are ready, we'll actually meet them in their communities, in their pocket garages, and I'm sure Omar will help us reach out. We'll go and meet the police also in their various places around the roundabouts, trying to make us safer on the roads. And also we have a program of also educating also law enforcement officers as part of this campaign. The campaign is a 3-month campaign, but this is the campaign in terms of the contractual requirements, in terms of the contract period. It's 3 months, but really the campaign itself is here to stay. We'll continue educating our people, and this will be continuous, and we'll be collaborating with you in the very long term on this. Thank you.
Great. You mentioned videos. Hopefully later in the program we would share some of these videos as well. But you also did talk about accidents and safety issues. We'll have Commissioner Koli and Mr. Gassama talk on those things. But let me bring in Mr. Sisa now as President of the General Transport Union. We know drivers are the major users of these roads. Mr. Sayang just mentioned that this is the first time we're having such roads, you know, and so given our very undesirable records in terms of road safety and accidents and all that, how important is it to have this conversation as far as drivers are concerned on these roads?
Thank you so much, Mr. Nyasi. I think it's very important subject as far as transportation is concerned, because most of those accidents, drivers are victims. They are perpetrators at the same time victim.
I was waiting for you to say that.
So it's not easy, but that's why we are part of the team, so that we can enlarge them regarding to how to use the route. Yeah. You understand, maybe Gambia is not open to international transportation, particularly commercial aspect. Maybe this is the first time they have been seeing this type of road in the country. The usage of the road is a concern. Because, for example, like in evening time, you visited the traffic light, the way people have been using that traffic light. Most of the time, accident occur, maybe it's not fatal, but police receive risk of accident there. Because we understand, they don't know how to use the roundabout. So that's why it's important as far as MD suggested, we're going to meet them in their pocket garage, discuss it and try to build their capacities in terms of how to use the road for their safety and the safety of the user, in terms of operational aspect also. Because the more you stay at the road, the more you consume. But the more free traffic, the more you minimize your operational costs. It's very important for us. We think it's very necessary. It's come at the right time. Inshallah, we want to play a work together to make sure that everybody be safer. Because we are all victims of the road accident, whether directly or indirectly. Anytime we are using that, we see accident. Tomorrow, who is going to be a victim? Nobody knows. So I think it's important, not only we, but any individual sitting down there, it's your role to campaign, discuss your people, particularly your compound mates who have how to use the road. You name them, discuss with them, engage them, enlighten them about how to use the road. I think it's very important. But that is it's not common in Gambia. Most of the country is happening there. Before going out, your kid before going out, you have to, try to advise him how to use the road. Be careful, do A, B, C, D. But most of us now we are not doing this. Yeah. So most of these are all factors. But it's important everybody to come board so that we can work together and minimize road accident or road crash in this country. Because as MD said, we cannot call it accident because we can prevent it. So why are you calling it accident now? So, but together we will make difference. I believe so. This is the right direction at the agenda.
Let me bring in Mr. Gassama now. You've been a strong advocate of road safety and also issues around, driving carefully on the road. We know you've been on this campaign for so many years as well, and we're very honored to have you on this platform. We're having these roads for the first time. We know even before these roads, we've had this very undesirable record in terms of accidents on our roads, which I mentioned earlier when I engaged Mr. Sanyang. But how important is this conversation we're having, given that, yes, we've had these undesirable records before, but now we have maybe even more things to worry about, given that, development has come, but it's important that we have these conversations.
Thank you very much. It's like, I better start from there. Development comes with a price. Yes, it's very unfortunate. We are seeing calamities that are, like the director has said, they are not only preventable, predictable. See, that is why in road traffic agenda, there is nothing like accident now. It's getting out of the vocabulary because you can predict them and you can prevent them. So if you can predict and prevent, why you call it accident? Now, again, like my brother usually say, you see, we have the 3 E's. I know the 3 E's are very essential. One of them is what we are discussing today, education. Of course, the other is enforcement and engineering. They also have there is also another kettle of fish. But our main, objective today is to talk about the E's. And that E, you have to now contextualize. You have to situate around the human beings now. And then this is now the road user generally. Because this problem is not only drivers. This is how many, in fact, unfortunately, most of our roads in the developing countries are mainly used for multi-road users, which is not the case in the West, because there you have every road user's needs are addressed. So where we cannot afford that, where we are using one road for everybody, the charrette, the donkey cart, the motorcyclists, you name them, and people walking. So if you have a road, our previous roads were like, but look at it like Dioro is saying, we are seeing features now. We are seeing a new set of roads that are really looking at this holistically, trying to give each road user their need. And if you look at it like construction is going on, so what you ask yourself, why are we having these problems? So it's human error. Most of them are human errors. And that human errors can be, you are the one crossing now as a pedestrian. And there are other, hazards that are causing that. There are tools like mobile phones, distracted, that's distracting us. There are things like even music. There are people, psychologically. There are many things that are, that person, that road user, there are a lot of, things surrounding that road user. So it becomes very complex. This is why in science, in road traffic crash, they say every road traffic crash is different from the other. No matter how many millions of crashes you have, if you go surround the circumstances surrounding one, will be quite different from the other one. So you start wondering where. So it means human being is very complex. And the road engineers, they have done their best. I can see, you can see, that's why we don't want to talk about engineering. But our problem now is the behavioral. The attitudes on the road. That is where we can discuss all of our, we will not stop discussing it. So for me, like I said, we have a problem. The problem is everybody's problem. But the solution is also everybody's solution. It's not like only the National Road Authority or the police. We all have a stake in this. And that's why as we are talking, we are not blaming anybody here directly, but we are saying we are all responsible. We can make this road safer if we make sure we all obey the rules. The rules are there on the roads. We all know. But there are times people, because of our own nature, because there is no police, no, I don't want to do the right thing. But there is a police in front, I will do the right thing. So the police cannot be on the road all the time. So human behavior is very central to these road traffic crashes that we have.
Which would prompt me to ask Commissioner Colley, talking about human behavior, how important is it for road users, particularly drivers, to respect traffic rules?
Yeah, thank you very much, viewers and colleagues in the stadium. It is difficult to change human behavior by using only sweet words from the sweet tongue. Sometimes we need to use the bitter words from the bitter tongue. What I mean by this is we must apply the full force of law. That's the language that some people will understand and hear. At our side, the police management, from the Minister of Interior down to the new Inspector General of Police, I think it is evidence that people are seeing what the police is doing on Batin-Hadin Highway. As Mr. Gassama said, prevention. It is in our principles of policing, prevention and detection of crime, and also taking those perpetrators to court, that is to arraign them before court. That's what we are doing presently at Batin-Hadin. We have three new pickups. We had about 15 to 20 new motor bicycles that are stationed there. Sometimes, yes, at a management, I would say you can take the horse to the pool, but never that you force the horse to drink. And here we're doing, sometimes we deploy some personnel, and then later, because of whatever reason, they will leave. But I can say, police are on Batin-Hadin Highway 24 hours around the clock. We have the afternoon shift, the morning shift, and the night shift. And again, the patrol vehicle that we had deployed just last week, 3 of them, they start from 7 to 7, without no food, without no lunch, from 7 in the morning to 11 o'clock in the evening. so as to protect and prevent accidents. And since we started deploying those pickups and motor bicycles, honestly, the accident has reduced. I always bring figures to people to know it for themselves. At the beginning of the year 2024, January, February, there was a significant death on this Batin Hadin Highway, almost 28. But from March to now, 28. From March to now, but before prayer we had only 3. March, April, May, June, July, almost 5 months. Meaning the president of the security there, particularly the traffic and the highway patrol team, has paid dividends. But what you said also is very important. Like the director said and the presidents of the transport, educating people is the core. Because we are there to educate people. Sometimes we will stand on the road. When we see a speeding vehicle coming up, we raise our hand and ask the driver to slow down. And then on Batin Hadin Highway, yes, we may blame the commercial sector, but most of the accidents that happened on Batin Hadin Highway were private vehicles. So we're going to work, leaving your family, your wife, your kids home. Please, you don't expect to go and kill another one's family. So my advice to them is Banjul to nowhere from Brikama is not more than 40 kilometers. It's not more than 40 kilometers. So if you wake up early, drive safely, reach safely, this is what we are campaigning. And then we are going to continue on that. And then just to give you the figure, with the patrol team, they started last Wednesday. Guess what? Within 3 days, we were able, as I said, to apply the law. We applied the law. We are able to give a mandatory fine of 87,500.
Within 3 days?
Within 3 days. Because people don't want to understand the language, the peaceful language, sweet words.
That's so, quite a substantial amount, huh?
Very well. And then that one is even small. I know my president would not like mandatory fine, but that's the language that drivers will understand. And then when I say this mandatory fine, not only to commercial drivers, but to everybody. Yeah. And then again, I've been saying it and I will repeat it. The law need to be looked at. Because we have speed gun that reads almost 100 meters, 1,000 meters away, 1 kilometer, can able to read the speed that the driver is coming up, can take the picture of the driver and then show you the speed that you are coming up. This is donated by the German. But when we try to use it, said the law. And we also have brightalizer to be able to kick out the triple D. He said triple E. We also have triple D at the traffic. That is drink, drunk, and drive. You know, this Batin Hadin Highway, particularly Saturdays and Sundays, are the common figures when the accidents are happening. And then due to that was as a result of drunkenness. In order to detect that, you need to get a medical certificate from a qualified practitioner doctor. How would you detect that? In order to eradicate that, we need to come. Mr. Sanyang and Gashama, they all travel. They come from UK. They know what they are using. You have this technology, which we got. I think mobile traffic got about 5 of them. You just blow, it will test you the alcohol level that you have consumed. Why are we not using it? We need to look at our laws.
So it's the laws that are stopping you from using those? Yes,
because the triple D, the law says, if you suspect somebody under the influence of alcohol, you have to take the person to the medical practitioner who will satisfy it.
And is very time-consuming.
Exactly, which is so laborious and cumbersome, as I used to say. It's time-consuming and it is so not helpful.
Great. Hopefully we'll continue this conversation on I mean, clearly there's a need to review our traffic laws, but he's mentioned some very concerning figures. earlier I heard you say that the road is still under construction. Looking at the figures he's just mentioned, and the road still, incomplete in terms of work, it all to me comes down to one thing, and that is the need for road users to understand these roads that are new. We are not used to such roads, but let's look at these lanes. Hopefully we'll do this in the local language as well, so people can really get to understand. In terms of using the roads, we know there are 3 lanes to each side. Which one is the fast one? Which one is the slow one? And if you could just share some of these with us, in case for someone who's just watching for the first time, I would like President to also comment on that. But let's MD first.
Yeah. In these videos that we'll be showing, hopefully in this program, there are 2 videos. One is about lane use, proper lane use, and the other one is about the use of the roundabout. Now, the lane use is also simple in the sense that the inner lane, that is the lane really in the road. So if you on the right-hand side and you're driving, and that's what we do in this country, the lane on your left-hand side is the fast lane. So that lane really is for cars moving at the speed of the road. Because these roads have got a posted speed limit, and you'll see it on the roads. They've started putting them in. I think it's 70. You can see it there. They're putting them on it. So when you're traveling at 70 kilometers an hour, you go on the left lane. That's the fastest you can go based on the speed of the road. So you're on the left-hand side. That's fast-moving vehicles. So really what we don't want to see in that lane are trucks. Because really trucks are slow-moving.
I've seen quite some.
And they should not actually be there. So in other countries, actually, they have a truck sign there and have a cross against it, which means a truck should not use that lane. That's only for cars. And cars that, not our taxis that are slow also here, but cars that are fast and moving at 70 kilometers an hour. In the middle lane also is again a lane that cars can use, but slower cars. But again, moving close to the speed of the road. When they can even be moving at the speed of the road and be on that lane. But they can overtake on the lane that is on the outside, which is the left lane. Now, the right lane is really for traffic, local traffic, for example, that is going to either exit at the next exit or local traffic using the road, but have exits on the road as they go. And they use the right lane. Trucks also use the right lane. So when you want to slow down also, that's the lane you move into. That's the right lane. That's the lane on the outside. So it's quite simple. That's how you use the lanes. Now, in terms of the roundabouts, again, quite simple. And these videos show that quite well. The roundabout is a junction. It's not different for any junction in this country. In this country, if you approach a junction, you stop and you give way to traffic for vehicles coming from the left. So it doesn't matter. You're
talking about the roundabouts because on several occasions, I've been stuck at either traffic lights here or at Bruceby around the roundabout there. All because of maybe drivers most don't understand how to go about using those roundabouts. But yes.
Yes, no, they don't actually. Because I think the notion is, or some of the people, the way they understand it, is if they think they're coming from the 3-lane dual carriageway, because they're coming from a major road, they just come into the roundabout. No, it doesn't work that way. Whether you're coming from the 3 lanes or you're coming from the side roads, which are 1 lane, as soon as you approach the roundabout, you have to give way to the traffic on the left. So even a vehicle starts using the roundabout and it's already there and it's coming from your left, it doesn't matter from which side you come, you just have to give way to that traffic. And that traffic can circulate as many times as they want, so long as they are in the roundabout and they are coming to you and they are approaching and you are seeing them from your left, you should always give way. And that's how it works. So if we all do that, I think that's going to be very helpful. But what they will see very soon, they're marking the roads now at the moment. There will be a give way marking at the roundabout. It will not be a full stop line, it's dashed lines. So they will be putting those ones in, and that will enforce the give way. The give way sign will be there on the plate, but it will be on the road also. There's a marking on the road that is a give way sign. So hopefully that will also help.
Okay. President, the roads, you've heard what, MD just mentioned, using of wrong lanes for the wrong vehicles, and this contributes to accidents as well.
Yeah, because we are all using the same road. So sometimes you are driving, you see somebody from left, right, overtaking you. It's very unfortunate. That's why it's very important to engage the road users, particularly the motorists, to know how to use the route. As the MD said, I think it's very important to say local language so that my drivers will understand very well.
We'll switch over to local language.
Yes.
Very
Okay, the left, you have 3 lanes. It's the 3 lanes. 1, 2, 3. The left one is the fastest, 70 km per hour. Don't go beyond 70, it's danger. Please, 70 km per hour on left. The standard driving is in the middle. The slowest and the heavy vehicle, right. This is very easy. If you are in the standard, you want to move fast, go to left. Overtake, go. But sometimes you are driving, you cannot imagine, but I think people don't understand. But if the laning, they start making wide margins, everybody needs to know just to protect yourself. If you are not in high speed, you are doing standard driving, be in the middle. You can allow the heavy vehicle in the right side, driving safely. You are going also other people like Kinko and others, security officers, they can use that faster because they have security issues.
Talking about that, I've witnessed on several occasions, trucks would be on the left side, the left lane, which is the fast lane, and they wouldn't give way.
Even if you
would horn them, you would horn them severally, but they wouldn't give way rather.
Yes, because I understand that also it's lack of understanding. Because everybody has a right. You have right to drive, but somebody also have a driver. Because you cannot compare the speed of the truck and the 4x4. Then you cannot compare them. So that means if you want to do a start, that's why anywhere internationally, the right lane is for heavy vehicles. Because their mileage, speed is different with other vehicles. And the time of other alternative. If you want to do standard driving, use the middle one. But Gambia, unfortunate, we use both at the same time. So I think this video also is going to help them. That's why we are making video in different languages. So each of them, you can sit your comfort zone and listen to it so that tomorrow if you are using it, you know what is my direct route for the safety of other users. But it's very unfortunate sometimes.
All right, let me engage Commissioner and Mr. Gassama as well on the use of the different lanes, but also the roundabout and the need for people to have patience. I think this is very important. Yes.
Well, I fully agree with you. I'm very happy that the speed limit is pegged to the to the roads, which is very, very good. And the 70 km per hour, I don't know. This is very good because some people, I am a passenger. I can also be a pedestrian. But the majority of us here, we underestimate the speed of cars. We underestimate it. I have seen myself, I have a living witness to it, when in fact people on the road, and I was with people, I say, no, let's cross. Trying to force you to cross the road. When you see that vehicle coming at a very high speed, you cannot estimate that speed. And what is important for people to understand is speed is a factor in all the road traffic crashes. It makes it worse, it makes it bad, whatever you can. So speed is a killer. And just to tell you, only at 30 kilometers per hour, if a car hits an adult, you have 90% chance of being to survive. Which means 10% you can die. So who are we to fly on the road at 30 kilometers per hour? This is science. This is not me. If a car hits a pedestrian on the road, that pedestrian has 90% chances of surviving. But the 10% he can die. If it is a car, but what of a truck? It'll smash you. You will be in trouble. So which means that we should be both, drivers and people who are crossing the road. Please make sure you give way. And I'm glad that this road traffic, but one feature I see is we have somewhere where people can walk. I'm sure that the director will say, when the road is completely finished, we will definitely separate those that are walking from those that are really driving very fast. And I think maybe my brother will add more to that, just to say that we have to really be conscious of our behaviors on the road. It cannot be one size fits all. We all have a stake in it. And one thing that I will always say is speed, and that's why this campaign is doman in Mandinka, for example, in all the local language. Why are we not using any other but speed? Because speed is a killer. And 70 kilometers per hour again can only, that's the maximum of all the cars that can, your seat belt that you're using. If you go to more than 70 kilometers per hour, it becomes useless. The air sacs, all these things, I mean, safety measures, devices in the vehicle. If you go more than 70 kilometers per hour, you are in the hands of God, mercy of God. You can, any crash, you are in trouble. And that's why we need to really emphasize that. Like he said, if you can go below that, 22 kilometers, what are we? 22 kilometers you are killing. What about if this Batin highway is 100 kilometers? What is going to happen? You can add more to that.
Yeah, actually what he said, your life of surviving, if you are driving and you go beyond 70 kilometers, count yourself as a dead person. Count yourself as a dead person. Why are you driving? Because the accessories in the vehicle will not protect you. That what he said clearly, the airbag, the seat belts, they can't protect you. So when we are driving, no matter what, let's go 70 and below. 70 and below. Because you would not know. For example, let me give you a case study here. Was it on Wednesday or Tuesday? The accident which happens in Fonyi. I learned that this particular woman, she is late now, was warning the driver, you are going with a speed, reduce your speed. And the driver was complaining that the tires had a problem. He drove to a place where he changed the tire, and he felt the tire that he changed is better than the other one. Whilst that tire was the worst one. The lady was crying, reduce your speed, reduce your speed. And eventually the tire burst.
He lost control.
He lost control. The vehicle twists and turned back to the direction where it comes. We have 4 fatalities in that. And the driver is with me. We grant him bail and he's going to court. Because the driver, the passengers are all there to advise the driver. If you see the driver overspeeding, advise the driver that you are overspeeding. Reduce your speed. It's her right to warn the driver. And then the lady tried very hard. She couldn't stop there. The nearest police station, she reported this driver to the police. And the police took action. But that did not prevent the driver. And now the driver is survived. The lady is late. So overspeeding, as Mr. Gassama said, is one of the factors that causes of road fatality. It's very important. As let me come to the director's point on the roundabout. Actually, it's through interacting with him, and oh man, you can be educated. Someone can educate you. Not that a human being knows everything. Even with the police, before this roundabout, because this is the new one that we have.
Yeah.
The roundabout we have, those are not called roundabout. This is the first standard. We were allowing them give chance to the drivers on the right. While at the roundabout is by the left. And that, what he said, that is the truth. So even the police officers, we didn't know about this. It was through interaction, through educating, we now come to know that what even made the roundabout to be easy now. So we should we should know about this.
Yeah, there used to be a lot of congestion on the roundabout.
Exactly, before. But now, after knowing this, we know, because last time, you see the roundabout they opened at Kairaba?
Yes.
Just last week. I went there, I found police officers standing at the middle of the roundabout, stopping vehicles that are coming, particularly those who want to turn on the right, stopping them, allowing the ones coming from Banyun. I said, no, it is wrong. Leave the road, come and stand on the pavement, allow the vehicle, they will give chance to each other. And when he did that, he said, hey, Commissioner, aiming for Tonyalon, he told that and told Fata Jani.
Yes.
You see, so nobody knows all. You need to teach. So when we are talking to the drivers, don't put on a suit like me and a police officer stops you and say, no, what you are doing, you feel offended. No, you can't know all. You know as permanent secretary what you can do to come file and minute file. But the police officers on the road, they know what to do. So if they are advised to accept it. Yeah.
I think that a major component of what Commissioner is saying is that that's a component of this particular awareness campaign, which has education and training with the police also. And that will come in also. And I've just started, but it's part of this.
Amazing. So, President, you wanted to say something. You wanted to speak to your members in the local language. So we switch to the local language
on the first lane, or we ban them to use the button hadi.
No, today we are one.
Thank you, so Jerryf. Haga ko bi suma xalil. Ma tokas rek mako bay ci biir. Tay bisi dalal. So dañu waxtaan ñu ñepp bëgg ñëw fi yow la. Suma xalil. So lu ma bëgg wax suma drivers yi particularly ñu dawal moto. Message bi ñoo ko moom. Mooy ne this OIC highway ñun noonu la ko dee ooye xaj na usine bu baax di nga xam ne dafa ñu dee jafet mu ne ko dee ooye OIC highway am na bari na ci mbalam ñu naa police yi ñetti leen la leen bu nekk dafa am lu tax mu jokk because am na different type of vehicles mooy moto camion yi trucks yi ñoom pour leen bu nekk sa ndeyjoor loolu mooy sa leen because sa speed bi dafa utee yeneen speed si truck mënut a daw ak moto bu ndaw emuñ speed moo tax in international standard camion yi ak moto yi gaaw ñoo leen foofu la def particulièrement passenger vehicle comme da yaay daw di ut client boo yóbbaale di driver mu ngi xool pega yoon bi kon yow actually foofu mooy sa yoon but you cannot be in the faster lane nga bëgg a xool client bu nekk si koñ si so su la stoppé you need to come back so that alone can create mën naa cause accident kon motor van si ñu dee daw passage ñooñ di force leen bu nekkat ndeyjoor loolu mooy seen yoon bi
mooy right bi
mooy bi ko passager foofu la ñoo nekk di foofu la laa xaaree soo nekk in the other side the far left nga bëgg a ñëw nii so that alone is a danger so moo tax ni nga ko designé mooy trucks yi ak moto yi gaaw ak moto yi passenger ñoo xam ne dañoo yëpp ki la wàccee may ma wàcca may eggal yow foofu mooy sa road
bu ma dog waxam bi itam waaye soo seetloo itam niñ maagee yoon bi the maag boobu noonu si right hand side bi dafa different line yu gudda la space bu ndaw line yu gudda loolu moo laa won ne truck si foofu lañu war a nekk ak slow moving ak ñuy toppa passager
soo ñëwaatee bu nekk si bu ko toppa mu nekk si digga bi mooy moto yoon dañoo daw normal speed xam nga bii dawut bu baax bii muy si normal ko moom ku war a muy yàkkamti because yow sa suma speed moo tax su ma bëgg la romba mu war a daw fale so di nga su ko defee noonu nag ku nekk dina dem and the same time soo ñëw si runabout bi def tey jafe trop nga gis moto jaar nii kii kon turntable bi kii juga fale because respect jokku nga géddam mooy ne kuy ñëw ku nekk si runabout moo am droit pour dem yow buy join yow kii moo am yelleef pour dem xam nga ku nekk am na yelleef
foog ngeen xaarante
waaw ba ku nekk am na yelleef ku nekk am na privilege and right ku nekk si biir runabout bi moo am droit pour dem xam nga daal dafay tourne on the left dafay tourne nii so yow muy join yow yaa ma kii su dem soo amee space nga join nga dem ba soo ñëw yow nga ne man maa jógee Sénégal mais man ak seen tal bi rek maa war a dem non roundabout dafa utee Johnson xam nga Johnson dafa ñëw rek nga tii Johnson la kii taxaw ma de ba ku nekk si roundabout dafa utee nu muy opérateur ak Johnson nu muy opérateur soo jógee Sénégal soo àggee si laay Sukuta allah ku nekk si roundabout ku nekk tool bàyyi ko mu toon su demee space nga join nga dem ba ñàkk a mayante boobu mooy indi congestion o nga gis trafic taxaw rek yow mu yàkkamti bu ko proto du ko côté nii si kanam comme yi nga yàkkamti nga dem ki doo dem ki nga ko du dem man du ma dem soo léegi within 2 minutes rek trafic congestion na because léegi kenn nekk du dem soo ku nekk soo defee lu la war rek dina mun a trafic dina dem trafic suy dem nag moo gën suñu commencé trafic si ndax du la ko essence su bëri ba su taxawee rek def c'est cost us kon maa leen di ñaan vidéo yi ñoo siyaa dina ko siyaa suñu groupe si yëpp ku nekk soo ñu wàccee ba sa toog sa kër nga lekk sa yàpp xam nga ñun yàpp la ñoo dundee waaw nga xool nga jàngee si dina ko def la yu bëri ku nekk soo jàngee la soo demee si kaw tali bi loolu lay yaakaar pour nga def ko lu tax ñu ngi ko def mooy ne dem bugg a aar ñëpp bi ko tey soo seetee ñun suñ juti yu level sax di mësaf suñ xaalis bu ñoo jël suñu driver si accident la ko dee dugal ki xam na any accident ñun mën naa ñoo fa dee tase because number one su moto moo si involve moto mooy si yow number 2 driver bi mooy si mooy ñu bari sax tey dawal tuñ bi ko accident ñu bari ñoo si gaañu si accident yooyu and number 3 ñu involve accident suñu mbokk lañ famille lañ Gambia benn mbokk lañ kon luñ mën a def pour ku nekk sa rôle la kon ñu ngi ñax ñëpp bu nga ko bàyyi si loxo police kese bu nga ko bàyyi si loxo nag ku nekk jël ko sa wàlla yow xoolal yow di ngay def mbaa dafa dépôt yoon o dépôt yoon war nga def sa assessment boppam bi nga xam nga soo liggéey office bi nga wàcca bi ngay toog nga ne man te est-ce que lu ma def est-ce que correct na ron na kon noonu nga war a si kaw tali bi tamit bul seeta man maay kii non seeta man lu may use tali bi est-ce que noonu na odu noonu su dul noonu try nga rectifier sa boppam su nga ko defee rek we cannot force ba nga ma ku nekk pour nga prevent because tey you can drive safely ko ki nga ko scénario bu ñu defee xoolal client bi mu ngee wax ba end of the day mu ubbi botam mais soo ne ndogal yàlla la yooyu ndogal yàlla ñi yëpp gom na yàlla but sometimes du ndogal yàlla because soo ñëw in about the road safety and motor vehicles moto bu tàngam baaxut number 1 moto bu warta dem you know ñun client buy wax ni su fekkee client yi dañ ko supportoon tey warta demee noonu kon yàkkamti jarul dara kon ñu may ñax sama mbokki driver yi dama bëgg a campagne ñun ñëpp si jàppa because ñun ñoo si ñun suñ njëriñ la trafic suy move suñ njëriñ la tey duma politique bél na ma bélul ma du la si fekk tey di nga mën a dawal jàmm di dem jàmma ñëw jàmma moo tax ñu tuddee ko ndanga ñun sax ñun moo suñu idole ndanga moo jàppe doomi golo so su naxante rek dinañ dem no let me tell you as a driver experience bu ma am you can drive higher faster speed so àggee within 10 minutes na àgg maanaam mën na fi jógee mais si normal speed nga drive yow nga drive high speed ñu dem jarasuma di nga àgg within 10 minutes na àgg nu fuel bu ngee bon du ma ko bon nun de maintenance bu laa jural sama du ma ko jox so lu ko jar jaroo ko sa maintenance cost mooy gën a tuuti sa consommation moo gën a tuuti sa moto mooy gën a gudd fan xoolal sax ñun driver su ñoo jënd moto dañoo wax ne xanaa moto jigéen la waaw moto baal lu tax ñu tàmm moto jigéen bi ko jigéen ne duñ dee forceful duñ dee forcé seen bopp dañoo ndànka kii moto jigéen la jënd ko baala ba moto góor la bu ko jënd baaxul because lu ñu expect si góor mooy lu nekk doole la kon ñu def ndànka ñu mën a muccal suñu boppa muccal suñu njaboot kii nomba bu mu jógee January to now few months 28 people dafa xala doy waar kon maay ñaan suma mbokki driver yi yaakaar naa daal dina dégg kaddu bi because dafa soxal ñëpp
am na lu MD Bojang wax si Sanyang la wax si gannaaw mooy ne yoon yi ba tey pareegut this is for all of you dafa am li ma bàyyi xel the first time ma tukki man ma dem beneen réew dama gis lu ma yéem mooy zebra crossing bi dama gis ñi dawal dañ ko respect ñi cross it dañ ko respect and loolu daf ma yéem because minimum gis loolu fii da ngaa gis driver bi du am patience sax pour may nii ñu cross zebra crossing ñii jaalay tamit dañoo mel nii
dañoo jégalante
waaw so loolu daf ma yéemoon trop waaye li ma fàttali rek mooy ne dafa am solo trop pour ñu respect trafic loi yi nga xam ne lu loi santaane si trafic bi bëgg naa ñu seetaan vidéo bi ñëwaat bi nga xam ne am nañ ko fi pour rek gën a yee suñ boppa ñun ñëpp ñu bàyyi ci xel nga xam ne moo ñoo guide suñoo use yoon yi lee nga xamante ne mooy Battle Harding highway bi ñu seetaan vidéo yi ñëwaat.
Welcome to the future of transportation in the Gambia. The Battle Harding Highway, a 22-kilometer double carriageway, is set to revolutionize travel and connectivity in our beloved country. A 3-lane highway means more space for vehicles, smoother traffic flow, and reduced congestion. Each lane has a specific purpose. The leftmost lane for overtaking and faster vehicles, the middle lane for standard driving, and the rightmost lane for slower and turning vehicles. Welcome to the future of transportation in the Gambia. The Battle Harding Highway, a 22-kilometer double carriageway, is set to revolutionize travel and connectivity in our beloved country. Roundabouts are essential for maintaining traffic flow. Always yield to vehicles approaching from the left already in the roundabout and signal your exit to inform other drivers. Adherence to traffic rules is crucial. Maintain speed limits, use indicators for lane changes, and be mindful of pedestrian crossings.
kon ñu del si waat si biir kër gi ñu ngi doon wax lu am solo mooy yoon yi nga xam ne mooy Battle Harding highway bi comme le président wax rek OIC highway mbokk pël yi ñoom noonu la ko gars yi xamee kon ñu waxee ko OIC highway waaye ñu ngi doon wax si traffic signs very important MD.
waaw dafa lu ma observe loo xam ne ni su ma tugg lu mu néew néew gis ma ko njëkkee yu bëri lu yaakaar naa soo fekkee ne nit yi bàyyi nañ seen xel dina mën a waaj accident da nga kii mën a wax zebra crossing waaw dëgg yu bëri di nga am zebra crossing driver yi ak client du xëjante ba fii di ñëw kenn respecté ko donc ku nekk sax war nga pour nga respecté ko moo tax doo bàyyi bi moto ñëw nga bëgg ko jàll ba driver tamit soo aagee war nga xam ne fii dafay ñu fay jàll ba dama gis ne léegi that's speed ramps ak zebra crossing dañoo def benn alerting point boo xam ne soo fa àggee nga am na lu may approach soo daw si ka da nga lu mel ni ay doom la si kaw tali soo fa eggati daf laa record sa mind bi kon daf laa wax ne yow fu nga jëm am na lu fa nekk kon driver suñ si bàyyi xel kon su juumee sax pour jàlla kon mun nga ko privé mun nga ko aar because already yow sa mind ñëwaat na sa yaram because mun loo daw si kaw tali bi rombaloo si loolu ñu soo rombeele si loolu il faut mu record sa mind bi il faut mu yëgat sa xanaa nga mel ni suma mbokk yi yaay si beneen level yaay si triple D soo si triple D boobu loolu dafa am solo dëgg yu bëri amuñ ko dëgg yu bëri amuñ ko soo feti amuñ ko so number one gis naa ko seen speed balaa ngaa speed ram muy fa balaa nga amee zebra crossing muy fa drive bu ne soo fa agré ko daf laa wan ne nit mu sa kanam kon ni am na mooy defal naka donc distance bu nga ko defee ak those connection dafa sori kon do speed moom mu nekk mun ngaa contrôle mo def nga taxaw kon dafa mel ni NRA ñuy gën a def pour mun a protect life xam na it's all cost ba pour la na pour nit yi ñu gën a bàyyi seen xel pour seen xel nekk seen yaram ñu bàyyi seen mobile te mu nekk suuf.
ok bëgg naa commissioner mu ñëw si traffic signs and then I mean MD rather then commissioner dina ñëw in Mandinka as well just to summarize li ñëw waxtaane MD.
yeah I mean the traffic signs moom am na solo trop these crossing yu ñoo defar léegi nii li nga gis ne ñu ngi ko start di ko defar waaye you are right normally crossing yi si yeneen dëkk yoo xam ne understand nañ dañ dee mayante in fact doo need speed ramps yi nii si façon yoon yi nii because you have traffic signals yoo xam ne da ngaa push button mu change to red ñu cross nit yi di fin so waaye ñun dëkk bu nekk soo fa nekkee war ngaa xam ñu ngaa designal road before so di nga gis ne pedestrian crossing yu ñoo design nii the first thing luñ def mooy dañoo reduce the speed so seetloo is reduced from 70 to 50 and balaa nga àgga to the pedestrian crossing is 30 so speed bi la njëkk a rey then nga àgga si rumble strip bi boo xam ne boobu soo dawee si kawam dafa def noise si sa taaya bi so even soo nekkee di nelaw o soo nekkee di nga mandi nekkuloo sa boppa di nga digga dara and si guddi itam dafa tàkka it reflects at night so yooyu yëpp safety measures la yoo xam ne di na la dimbale nga xam ne yaa ngi ñëw fenn foo xam ne utee na ak lu nekk di xew then nga ñëw su di speed hump after the speed hump dina am stop line bu fa nekk balaa nga àggat pedestrian so it's a lot of safety features balaa nga àggat pedestrian mu allow pedestrian mu mën a cross safely so loolu moo si nekk in terms of signage for this crossing boobu itam nañ indi video ñu indee video ñaari video yi nii the next one is pedestrian crossing léegi woon ni ñi naka la ñoo crossé pedestrian safely
boobu am na solo dinaa indi commissioner mu indil ñu tuuti rek in Mandinka bu ko defee Mr Gassama tamit mu comment si traffic signs yi and then ñu ubbi lines pour ñuy seetaan nga xam ne xëy na bëgg nañoo bokk ci conversation bi commissioner pour nañ mbaɗigol fana yiide am
baraka bake kafuñol nimmimɓe studio kono janga nin altol jiber laalu ka ñing speed bumps ol min fo anin zebra crossing kuulo mi yalon ko akuma yata bakele nte lalam fankan na ñim batin hadin silo
so ibn kalamta ni kan ko na time woni man men to je man siya bake so men kala melano ñing yelal fana whilst inin mbaringol be kacaka ko nim men lafta kumando dom pro afanan dase kafunyin kachakan 5050505 inshallah. If you call, you will be able to talk to any of them. Commissioner.
Okay. So wolum ye kuol min ke silo kang pour ka tandi kamotol la speedol tala anin kamol allowed min be silol cross la. Ye fengol le keje mi yalon ko akamunta ko berekesol lom ni moto borta kang aka tandite driver la ko ika fenne waleng andung wol ni wo kono nyanta kesimo tala ni be o boribal nyasi ngaminje ntolla zebra crossing to jama ninga na records jibe baka accident ka sia because mol ma respect isaje ntebe tarla ite nyato ngafta zebra crossing nan kon ka karamuto dindungole so on kam mole so ngallo doyna yen overtake ani dindungo nyeta anaye be pak ayafa wo jamal ka soto na zebra crossing to akati na fa on tolu nga zebra crossing je dawda particularly ning atara ko karamol
sana ise haketu dong call so the line auto. Hello, assalamu alaikum.
Yeah, wa alaikum salam wa rahmatullah. Ma nangen def
Jama rek sante yalla señ bi tour bek foy kolé.
Yeah, ma ngi tudd Mohamed, ma ngi kolé Leonard na Janjan Road.
Jërëjëf ñu ngi la welcome ci programme bi di ñaan tamit nga gàttal kàddu bi.
Toog ñëpp di ko dalee ci sécurité bi. di ñëw ci commissioner of police ak ku fa toogal NRA noonu. Man ku fa nekkal NRA la bëgg a waxtaanal tuuti rek.
waaw nga jégal ñu tamit nga gàttal kàddu bi.
yooni bundum bi mooy bundum highway bi. boobu dañ gis ne yoon boobu ci diggi Serekunda la nekk te yoon boobu dafa yàgga foog naa léegi war naa am léegi ñetti at. yoon bi am na ñetti at léegi mënut a pare ba léegi. te ñu ngi gis time bu summit bi di waaj a start noonu rapid job la gars yi doon def noonu rapid job mooy time bu fa président bi doon jaar noonu di fa xool rapid job la gars yi doon def waaye since summit bi passé ba léegi slow job moo ko nekk te yoon boobu right naa xoolal bagwe yi la moto yi di jaar moto yu bëri léegi dundee jaar bagwe ñun ñu dëkk Bundung pour ñu dem Bundung sax problème la so foofu rek laa bëgg mu clarifier lan ma.
jërëjëf
wasalaamaaleykum wa rahmatullah.
jërëjëf dégg nañ sa concern bi ñuy ñaan ku call rek nga gàttal kàddu bi ndax liñ desee ci waxtu dafa néew torop. Commissioner Ndolo, I'm sorry, you want to respond to that? Commissioner,
yeah, even though it's not related to what we're discussing, exactly. But it's important. It's important. Wow. Yeah, Bundung be definitely yes. Yagana, Hamna Lulu. In fact, President Demnafa this month on the 15th, last month Demonafa, and that shows that we are all concerned about it. And Nyung Sikam, Nankon Ashone, definitely we are looking into it. Yagana, and we are working on it. Inshallah. Legislation problem ni sorti.
Jërëjëf ñu ñaan ko call su ñu waxtaanee tey mooy Battle Harding highway bi ak nu ñoo def gis ne use nañ ko safely suñ mënee focus ci loolu torop nañ ko rafetlu xëj na beneen waxtu suñ ñëwaatee mën nañoo waxtaanee yeneen ñi ci des waaye commissioner ma bàyyi la rek nga jekkale
ay ndalta dami wolom coming zebra crossing ni ko zebra crossing wolon line note
commissioner ba ko nga call ko so la ko rek assalamu alaikum hello.
Walaikum assalam wa rahmatullahi. Ousmane Eko ñaati.
Naam.
Na ngeen def yéen a ngi ci jàmm.
Jàmm rek sant Yàlla sëñ bi.
Sorry, I think it must be important for this to be said in English or in other language.
Okay, so if you could just summarize quickly, we'll left with only a few minutes. We'll appreciate it.
Okay, congratulations to all the panelists over there. Thank you. Especially my president Umar Bala Sise, with his co-worker Ibuke Sane from Farato N.
Thank you, brother.
Thank you.
Thank you. Mr. King Kwali, congratulations to you and all the panelists there. You're doing a wonderful job.
Thank you.
For we, the drivers, are lucky to get Umar within our midst, being our leader, and he's enlightening us through the social media that we have and the new road that we have, that is the Battle Harding Highway.
Thank you.
I'm really impressed with the construction that was done there and the highway codes and the traffic signs over there.
Thank
and
you.
Then thanks to all of you who are participating in saving the lives of the Gambians and non-Gambians too.
Thank you. We appreciate you calling and your comments as well.
I beg my fellow drivers to be vigilant while driving and to avoid overspeeding because it's so dangerous.
I'm afraid, you know, we've run out of time. We appreciate really you calling and your comments as well. How we wish, you know, we've had more time so, you know, all of you, you know, can you know, be a part of this very important conversation that we're having. Unfortunately, Commissioner Mr. Gassama, MD, and you know, dear President Cisse as well. We've come. I'm the only president here. Capital P. Capital P. Yeah, so we start with you. We've run out of time, unfortunately, Commissioner. We apologize for that. Yes.
Yeah. Thank you so much. Jërëjëf comme nu ndoo wax fii rek na ku nekk bàyyi sa xel soo yu si tali bi ndax mooy kaaraange ñëpp. Jërëjëf. Bakan booy safe mën naa doon sa bos.
Thank you, Commissioner.
Yeah, I just want the people should not only hear, but the advice that we are giving, let them respect it and take it. That's the only way that we can save life on our roads.
Thank you, Commissioner. Mr. Gassama.
We all have a responsibility. Let's obey the traffic rules.
Great. MD?
Yeah, they've said it all. I think this is for everybody.
Yes.
Everybody, nobody is left behind. Yeah. Join us all to make our roads safer.
Thank you. Thank you on behalf of President Omar Cisse, Commissioner Kohli, Mr. Gassama, and MD Sanyang. We appreciate you being with us. For those who called and those who maybe might have tried to, you know, call and couldn't, you know, come through, we really apologize. And we appreciate all of you out there for joining us on this very interesting conversation. We look forward to engaging you more, hopefully some other time. Until then, on behalf of everyone here and the entire NRA team, we thank you and bye-bye until next time.